I'm going to propose several questions in this recording, and they may trigger you in a way or cause you to become defensive. And to that, I say that is perfectly fine. That means that the questions are serving you in some way, and you may need to go deeper with this. So I'll get you started. Have you ever thought about how the weight of the thoughts, emotions, and experiences that you have impact other people? And I'm going to say that if you answer no to that question, here's a bit of deeper insight. When you do not process the way you feel about something or someone, when you do not process your own thoughts, meaning sitting with them and reflecting on them, introspecting yourself to discover why you even have those thoughts in the first place, when you choose to seek out other people or other mediums to do this, specifically people, you are literally sharing the load, the weight, the heaviness of those unprocessed thoughts and emotions with those people. Now, let me tell you, as a person who processes or helps people to process thoughts and emotions for a living, I know for a fact that this is something that the majority do not consider, because if they did, they would choose to show up in a different way for themselves and the people whom they share that load with. Okay. I'm saying this for a reason, because there's going to be an influx of people who begin to recognize the weight of those loads. And it's going to look different for everyone, but there's going to be a common theme of people putting up boundaries that they never have before, in a way that they probably never have before. And if you find yourself on the end of the spectrum where you are unaware of how your thoughts and emotions actually affect other people, you're going to find yourself feeling defensive or triggered by this action. And I am recording this to encourage you to sit with yourself and your thoughts and emotions and experiences, even the way that you process them or think that you process them. Okay. Oftentimes you will go to people with incomplete thoughts, with, like I said, unprocessed feelings, and it will seem like you are just having general conversation, right? That's how you feel. I'm just expressing myself. I'm just chatting it up. We're just, and I get it. But there is a level of awareness and sensitivity shifting in many people to where they are realizing that there is an underlying mechanism to that, just expressing and just sharing and just talking and just venting. For the people who find themselves on the opposite end of the spectrum, where you are recognizing this weight and you are realizing that action must be taken to help you offload some of this weight and you are aware that you cannot put it on other people, I'm going to encourage you to sit in silence a lot more than you have been. I'm going to encourage you to disconnect from social media where there is an influx of people's unprocessed thoughts and emotions running through your system every hour of every minute of every second that you're on that platform. And you're going to notice the weight of it. You're going to notice it in either when you're scrolling or when you stop scrolling. You may experience tension in your body in the form of headaches, backaches, neck aches, shoulder aches. You may experience a lot of jaw tension. You may notice that you're clenching your jaw more than not. You may notice a fogginess or a cloudiness. You may notice more dissociation. And these are signs that on either end of the spectrum, you find yourself, you may begin to notice. The point in all of this is a level of sensitivity and awareness that's being woken up in many of us. However, how we are responding to it looks a lot different for everyone. So again, if you find yourself on the spectrum of noticing that people are putting up boundaries that they haven't before, that they are choosing not to show up in certain ways, that they are communicating differently. It could be a plethora of things that looks different for everyone. But if you notice this shift, don't immediately go to, okay, there's something wrong with them, or, this is directed at me, I'm being targeted, or when I tell you that the level of sensitivity and awareness is shifting, this is not a joke. And the more you sit in silence with yourself, the more you unplug from everyone's unprocessed thoughts and emotions, the more you will feel this weight too. And the more you will begin to implement your own set of boundaries and begin to rewrite your own standards as it comes to what you consume and how that impacts you. It's no different from what you eat every day. If you don't consume whole foods with, proper hydration, proper nutrition, vitamins and things of this nature, you're going to feel it. But not everybody is in tune with how that actually feels in their body. A lot of people brush off the sensations that go through their body as other things and continue to engage in the behaviors and the activities that are literally causing the sensations. And it becomes this feedback loop of lack of awareness. And that begins to wear away at you. So this is not to villainize anyone. This is to show you sort of a new wave of awareness and awakening that's coming. Not new in the sense that it's never been seen before. I mean, new in a sense of a new cycle or another cycle that is coming. And not everybody is going to find themselves on the spectrum of implementing stronger boundaries, of becoming more aware of their sensitivities and taking action towards that. Not everyone is. And so this is a net that I'm casting for those who may not be aware but want to become aware. For those who have become aware and are trying to figure out what to do next or what's going on and why they feel so sensitive. I highly encourage you to just ask yourself, am I aware of how my thoughts and actions affect other people? And am I aware of how the things that I consume are affecting me? Once you begin to ask these questions on a daily basis and begin to question the things that you entertain and you consume, you're going to start literally getting answers. But if you brush them off, if you push through, if you force your way of through the moment, if you avoid the truth of this impact, you're going to have a certain level of experience, and it may look different from some others, and that's okay. That's okay. Just know that everybody is on a different page of a similar book, and the choice is always going to be yours, no matter where you find yourself in that book. You can always make a change. You can always increase your level of awareness. And as I say with all my clients, it's going to start with you slowing the fuck down first and foremost. And if you find yourself justifying ways or reasons as to why you can't slow down right now, just know that you are justifying reasons why you are not choosing to go deeper with yourself, to really get to the root of the shift and really be successful and make change in your life. So again, are you aware of how what you consume and your unprocessed thoughts and emotions are impacting you and others around you?